Commission meeting of Wednesday, September 27th. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Roll call.
Chairperson Renee Wells,
Present.
Vice Chair John Hughes,
Present.
Commissioner Eric Martin,
Present.
and I'm Executive Secretary Adam Bocanegra.
Verification of agenda posting.
The agenda for the Airport Advisory Commission of the City of Hollister meeting September 27, 2023, posted on the bulletin board at City Hall on September 22nd, 2023 at 10 a.m. per Government Code Section 54954-2.
Consent agenda, approved minutes of the Airport Advisory meeting of May 24th, 2023.
Do we need a motion for that?
Oh, motion to approve the minutes of the Airport Advisory Commission meeting of May 24th, 2023. Approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 6, reports.
Staff report, airport manager, so now they're in the final reference check phase, and in that there's real no definitive timeline for it. It's just whenever that gets approved or denied.
And is it just one person, or are there two being reviewed?
I wasn't informed of that.
Okay.
It's just the final phase. Item B, removal of old building, and that's the building in the center of the airport. It's in progress, actually. Now it's getting moved, and it's going out to bid soon.
That's the one behind Sabrice's, or adjacent, like,
Next to it, the
Okay.
dead center of the driveway, basically, through
is
the
that
airport.
all one building?
The big one is, and there's one next to it that's included in that.
Okay. Thank you.
Item C, airport sign. So I just got word today, right before the meeting, that the sign was ordered. So I have no idea what it looks like, but it's been ordered and it will be installed next week. It's the sign on San Felipe and Fallon. I don't know what it looks like. I was just told before the meeting. I don't have a picture, don't have a size. So it'll be installed next week, and we'll see it when it's installed. I'll have him, hopefully he can give me a picture of it sometime after the meeting, I guess, but it's too late now. Item D, CAL FIRE helipad. So that is completely on hold for now. They're not using it. They're not gonna use it. They don't have a plan to use it anymore.
Anymore this season or?
Anymore is what I'm hearing. It's just on hold right now. There's no plans. There's no design for it. There's nothing for it. So it's just where it was, and the helicopter is being used on the other side of the airport. So
Why is it on hold?
there's just too many issues with it, and then location. There's a lot of different things with it. So they moved to a different location currently, and there has way less issues than it did for everybody.
You can during the public input section of the meeting. Yeah, this meeting is for the Airport Commission to discuss their business, and they do have a period of time where the public can comment at the end of the meeting. But you're also welcome to speak with Adam after the meeting, or email him or call him during business hours. You can talk with him anytime.
Item number E, amend the bylaws. Do you want to discuss how we will vote on changes to the bylaws?
Don't we have to change to Rauschenberger's rules or whatever first?
You don't have to. That was just a recommendation because that's the parliamentary process that the other commissions and the city council use, and it's simpler than Robert's Rules of Order. I think you have a copy of the amended bylaws, but you are welcome to discuss and recommend changes to what's in this document. And then once you agree on those changes, or at least two of you do, then those will go to city council for approval. So you're welcome to just engage in any sort of discussion about it that you'd like. And then make recommendations to council. I do, if it's okay, have one more recommended change of my own. Within the section 4, so meetings, section 4, where it has the order of business, the public input really should be before consent, so that members of the public have an opportunity to comment on anything on the agenda, including the consent agenda. So I would just recommend moving that above consent. But that's all.
And where is consent? Can you just remind us?
Yeah, so currently,
Section
Oh,
yeah. So currently it's E, where I would put public comment above,
Slash E replaced with F, slash F replaced with E.
yeah, really just, yes, change the order of those two.
My only contention with the whole thing is, I mean, I like it all. I am familiar with Robert's Rules of Order, so it's just what I'm comfortable with. I think we had discussed it last time, and you were familiar. So, thank you. That you had discussed it last time, that you were familiar with Robert's Rules of Order too, if I and it's just what I'm comfortable with. So that's really my only point of contention, is I'd like to retain the Robert's Rules of Order.
Yeah,
Everything else is good. And I
yeah.
like your,
That's certainly,
and I
to you.
agree with that also. Just to make clarification for everyone, the items that were changed the most were section 2 and section 2.5. The commission shall be composed of 5 commissioners, the majority of whom shall be residents of the city of Hollister. Each member of the city council and mayor shall nominate 1 commissioner to the commission, subject to the approval of the city council. Under 2.5 residency, the majority of commissioners appointed by individual council members must be residents of the city of Hollister, with no more than 2 of the 5 being residents of the county of San Benito. And that was changed because it had limited it just to people who lived within the city of Hollister, and we wanted to change that so we have more representation. And I just want to make one more, under section 4, the order of business. I think it would be good to put that list the same way in the agendas for the meeting, so that it's consistent. So do I have a motion to approve?
I'd like to make a motion to approve based on our discussion.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 7, commission action. We were missing something on the agenda, and so we're going to be adding, under that section, commission action, items for the next agenda. So I would say we want item 6A, 6B, 6C, and then how will we know if the bylaws are approved? Do they need to go back to city council?
Yeah, they'll go to city council. The next meeting is on Monday, so they can't go to that meeting. It would be too late. So, I mean, depending on when staff can get them to council, the soonest would be the 16th of October, so they may be approved by your next meeting.
Okay.
But
Can we add, item E, instead of saying amend bylaws, approval of amended bylaws?
yeah, or update on or something to that effect, yeah.
Does anyone else have anything they want to add to the next agenda? Maybe a report out on the NBAA conference?
And then I did want to point out, just because I noticed myself, there is a section in your bylaws that allow you to add items to the agenda just by emailing staff. So as long as it's at least 10 days before the meeting, you can email staff to let them know if you want to add something to the agenda.
Thank you for that. I think I would also, besides the report on the NBA conference, which I am going to attend, and Adam and the city manager, which is great. I would also like to add a report out on the building that was being used by, that has the restroom, that's been down for a while. It also has the EAA and HAA items in it. So if we could have a report out, we'd like to see pictures of the damage, just because some people have items in there and don't know if they're damaged, and maybe just a report on if it's being repaired, just a report out on the damage and how long it's going to take to repair.
Got it.
Anybody else have any items to add?
No.
Now we will have public input, number 8.
Ruth Erickson? I had to announce it.
Well, Renee has already brought up one of the things I was going to bring up. Hollister Airmen's Association has been at the airport since 1946. We have a lot of information in that room. We have awards, we have certificates, we have supplies, and we absolutely have to know what's in there. We don't know if it's been damaged, if it's been ruined, or if it's intact. It's very important, because to get hold of some of that stuff again, we'll never get again. Years ago, we were in another building, and through a fault of somebody else, we lost a lot of things because the building burned down at the airport. So we're going through this again. So it's very upsetting, and we need to know when we'll be able to get in to see how our supplies are, not just us, but the EAA as well. Excuse me. The second thing I wanted to bring up was I spoke to CMAP, the people that film the meetings, because we haven't had anything for 3 years for the city and the county. And so people used to watch the airport commission meetings, and when they'd see us, they'd say, "Oh, I saw the meeting," and they would say something. They said they're working on updating the equipment. That's all I got from them, but I saw them in person. Okay, another thing I want to bring up was I was also going to suggest that public input be moved up to after the verification of the agenda, because that's how other meetings are. And the helipad. You said it's on the other side of the airport. Is that where CalStar was going to be? No? Is that where CalStar was going to be?
Yeah, the chair, can he answer that question?
I don't know the answer to that question, I'm sorry.
Or if Adam knows, he,
I will defer to Adam or city staff.
So CAL FIRE, the CAL FIRE helicopter
Yeah.
you're talking about, it's at a temporary, it's an asphalt pad. It's not where CalStar was at all.
Oh, because they were going to be at the other side of the
Yeah, it's
airport,
not-
then they
it's
moved
not
to
there.
Watsonville.
Yeah, it's not in their area. It's in a temporary asphalt pad.
Okay, very good. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Is it too late to get new items on the agenda?
you can email staff to add that new items to the agenda.
Item number 11, the next meeting date for the regular meeting is October 25th, 2023 at 6 PM. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.